Hey there everybody, how's it going today? So today is my pull day training video. Doing this voiceover quite a bit later in the day compared to when I recorded this video. I got to work out this morning at the usual time. Um, but after that I had a medical appointment I had to go to, and that's kind of delayed things quite a bit. So I apologize for the voiceover being later, and then of course, the video upload will be later in the day as well. Um, Other than that, I had physical therapy this morning, before the workout, and I was able to work out afterwards. Today was actually my last day of physical therapy for, the knee surgery I had in mid-December last year. My knee feels astronomically better. It's still not quite, the left knee is still not quite as strong as the right knee. But I pretty much have all the function, that an average person would need to go about their day. I can be on my feet, I can walk around, I can sit, stand, I can do all these various things, that we need to do to function. And on top of that, I can kind of at a point where I can start working out again. I can start doing leg days again. Tomorrow normally would have been leg day, given my rotation of of push, pull, legs, core, rest, skill, rest, repeat. But seeing as how I had physical therapy today, there probably won't be a workout video tomorrow, and then I'll probably jump back in with core day as I have been doing really since the start of this channel, because I started this channel, after injuring my knee. And but the week that follows, you should get to start seeing me do leg days. I promise I'm not someone who skips leg day, and I strongly recommend that you don't skip leg day either. Leg muscles are huge muscles in our bodies. They burn lots of calories to use them. So, even if you are not really interested in, having the highest, box jump or the furthest broad jump, or, whatever you name it, if you're not interested in having strong legs, training legs are still good to do just for general fitness and your general athletic ability, where they burn so many calories. They burn, probably more calories than really any other muscle group in your body. So that's something to think about and keep in mind if you're, trying to lose body fat or just be in shape. So hopefully next week, we should be able to do some leg days. Now that being said, don't expect me to to be doing anything extremely impressive, on leg days. I'm gonna, something I've been talking with the professionals about is, when I do get started back into my training on leg days, I need to take things very slowly. And I think those conversations have kind of inspired some of the changes I've been doing on my other days as well. Like today's pull day. You'll see me not so much taking things slow, but focusing more on the technique, and working out with more caution and caring for myself more, as I've spoken about a lot in my videos recently. But anyways, whenever I do start shooting leg day, I'll probably do things at very early progressions in your training, so to say. They won't be anywhere near as comparable or comparable to, say like a pull or push day or a core day or skill day. There'll be things, more so very beginner level leg day training. And they'll probably stay that way for a while. I just want to kind of feel things out and see how how my knee tolerates those things. Not trying to break any records, not trying to set any PRs. Just trying to get back to where I can do leg day again without re-injuring my knee and and needing surgery again. We got to take care of ourselves. You got to listen to your body. Take things slow. Today is pull day, but today I really wanted to focus in on body weight pull-ups today. I can do these 40-pound vest pull-ups. My all-time PR, I think I've done 1 rep chin to bar for a few seconds hold with 135 pounds around my waist, and that is probably 65 to 70-ish kilograms around my waist. So my 1 rep strength I would like to think is pretty good, but something like I've been talking about, I really want to work on my rep quality. I want to work on an explosive concentric or positive movement with a little tiny pause at the top, and then into a slow, controlled negative. Nothing too slow. Ideally you should have around a 1 second or less concentric positive, and around a 2 to 3 second eccentric negative movement, really for any exercise, not necessarily just pull-ups, but push-ups or anything. For a working set. Now for when it comes to skills, like I've been saying, you should take those very slow, very controlled, positive and negative. Here I'm kind of showing what some people say pull-ups are. It's not pull-ups. If you call that a pull-up, well, we have different schools of thought, to say the least. Here, I think I'm starting the skill training. This is my slow ring muscle-up attempt for the day. But I'm really going to be working on those body weight pull-ups today. And like in that previous clip of what I just said, was not a pull-up. You'll have those people that are like, oh, I can hit, all these reps. That's not a rep, first of all. And second of all, even if it was a rep, what's the quality of that versus the quality of, what I consider to be a pull-up? Not that, I feel like I have world-class rep quality or anything, but I do feel like I put, quite a bit of effort into, getting the most out of each rep. And in my opinion, that's what will really make you a very strong athlete over time, is, putting time into your rep quality. But anyways, here's skill training, and like I was saying with skills, you should have slow, positive, and negative. Unless you're talking about like a broad jump or something, obviously you can't really do a slow broad jump. That's not how momentum works. But really any other thing, if it's a skill, you should really try to do it slow and focus your technique and controlled movements, and really master, whatever progression you're on before you try the next progression. Here's some minor one-arm pull-up training. I'm using leg assistance here. I'm pulling quite a bit with the dominant arm on each side here, whenever I switch sides, but my legs are also doing quite a bit of the work. And then I try to hold, roughly a 90 degree, it's probably not quite 90 degrees, but, somewhere near that 90 degree lock off. I try to hold that position for just a sec and put a lot more of my weight on that dominant arm. My shoulders definitely feel a lot better at around that 90 degree position versus, at the very bottom. But regardless, I'm taking it slow. I'm really giving my body a chance, an opportunity to adapt. So very minimal resistance, just focusing the technique, making sure that shoulder's engaged, scapula's engaged. Start the movement with the scapula. It's actually the exact same technique you'll see here on body weight archer pull-ups. This is also a skill I'm training, but it's the same movement as the one-arm pull-up. I'm engaging that scapula, starting the movement with the scapula. I'm essentially doing a, I guess you'd call like a lat pull down or something. I'm pulling that scapula down as far as it will possibly go, and when it hits rock bottom, that is when I start bending at the elbow. If you try to start bending at the elbow before that, you'll really put some torque on your scapula and your connective tissues, and at the very least, you'll just have some pain to deal with. But worst case scenario, you may like tear your rotator cuff or pull or strain something. So listen to your body, take it slow, take care of yourself, and really make sure when you're doing something that puts this much strain on your joints that they are properly engaged. So even though I can do full body weight on these, I'm purposely using this assistance band to take off some of the load so that I can just really drive home, the technique and what the technique should feel like to myself. I'm trying to get away from the band there without it slapping me, but anyways, here, I think this is actually the working sets now. So like I was saying, I'm just doing body weight pull-ups today. I think I hit a set of 10, maybe 2 sets of 10. And, I'm trying to get full range of motion. I'm trying to get as high up on that bar as I possibly can. And then I'm trying to come down with some control instead of just dropping. Dropping on the joint. Trying to come down slow and controlled, keeping the muscle engaged throughout the whole range of motion. Especially this last one. This is my last rep here. I believe that was 10. The second set, I think I have even more control, and I may actually only hit 8 on this one, come to think of it. First few reps here are a little fast. Still had control though, but then I really start honing in on making sure things are engaged properly and controlling the descent. So explode up as fast as you can. Come down with some control. Really holding on to that negative. Trying to get the most out of that set. Time under tension. That's what makes you stronger. It's not, blasting through some real sloppy reps. That's how you get hurt, and that's how you hit very quick plateaus and fail to progress in calisthenics. Here is body weight rows. I'm keeping, my core tucked pretty close to my center of gravity so that it's not so much a core exercise as it is a lat. Just a, very same, like the similar exercise, if not the same exercise to like a row machine in the gym. I'm showing there that will make your forearms get quite a pump, and part of what's contributing to that is I'm hanging onto the bar with what's called a semi-false grip, which I just showed there, where my back of my hand is about 45 degrees in reference to the ground. But anyways, on this second set here, throwing the assistance band on with the same thought that I had, for those archers or really anything. I want to make this exercise easier so that I can really focus on the technique. And I think I hit 8 body weight rows on this. And then on that last one, I really hold on to it for quite a while. Pretty much until I couldn't hold on anymore, even with the band. Getting that time under tension. Anytime you use extra assistance like that, that's really your opportunity to really hammer great technique. You want to make sure your scapulas are engaged. You should be able to hit full ranges of motion. Should be able to hold things a lot easier. That's really a great tool to put in your toolbox. Is being able to vary the difficulty of various exercises and skills to really milk the most gains out of them. Here I'm trying some one-arm bar hang. Things felt somewhat okay, but I definitely wouldn't want to hang on for too long there because it would definitely irritate my scapula. A little bit of a sloppy muscle up there, but this is my stretch out at the end. I just randomly decided I would do a muscle up and a pull over to start this cool down session. Muscle up I would like to think would have been a lot cleaner at the beginning of my workout instead of at the end, but who cares. Stretching out, really hammered the just regular body weight pull up technique today. Like I said, I won't be working out tomorrow, but after that you can catch me in core day training. And if you watched the last skill day video, I really discovered a new way to train the human flag that I felt really worked well for myself. I had very, very high levels of control, and I felt very strong. I felt very safe while doing it. So you'll probably be able to catch that not tomorrow, but the next day. That's definitely, a tool I'm going to put in my toolbox for core day because I really want to get a human flag. I think those are so cool. I've got quite far on them before. I got where I could come down about 45 degrees from a vertical grip and doing some flexing in there. I had to stop training it because I was moving, and we'll come back to it here soon. But anyways, let me know if you have any questions, and I'll try to help you the best I can. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.